Welcome back to We Are live in St. Louis Grand Center, Midcoast Studio, midcoast.media for more information on that. Huge shout out to Tech Electronics for the wonderful equipment we're using here in the studio. We're streaming, and we've got Travis Terrell in Brooklyn because of said equipment. Travis, how's the random bodega?
Hey man, it's not a bodega, man. I'm in a very nice luxury apartment in gentrified Brooklyn. How about everybody relax?
Okay, calm down. Joining us you're at a P.F.
PF
Chang's now.
Chang's.
Oh, okay.
It's just
Get us something
racist
nice.
as hell.
Get something nice for our guest. Oh, he's in a public restroom now, Brooklyn, New York. Well, at least a public restroom has an inspiring quote. Maybe that's something we could take to the house. Tommy, you look really excited to talk about something. What do you got there? No? Nothing. Pointing up. Matt F. Bosler joins in studio. He's got a big show June 15th. Off-Broadway. We love Off-Broadway. And Matt is celebrating 20 years of Smooth. A Smooth for every year. Saturday at 7 p.m. Off-Broadway, one of the best venues in town. And this is an important show. Matt, welcome to We Are Live. How are you, sir?
Great.
Smooth was the answer I was looking for.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Trav, you want to start it over? Trav? Should we start over?
No, we don't need to. No.
Okay.
No.
I think jealousy is a bad look on you, Travis. But okay, so we got.
I'm not jealous at all, but I am interested though. I'm very curious. I've wanted to know the origins of this event for quite some time, and I'm very curious as to what inspired you to make this into a thing.
Okay, so me and Dylan Club we're talking. And I said, hey, you know what would be funny is if somebody played Smooth 10 times in a row.
Where were you sitting? Was it like a Rob Thomas themed restaurant? Like
no,
where were you at?
Just a basement.
Okay.
I think we may have been playing some music or something. Not Smooth.
Sure.
And then I said that.
Were there narcotics involved?
We could talk ourselves out of it. We emailed a venue and made it where we couldn't.
So you signed up for it on a whim, and then you had a capacity crowd at Off-Broadway the first time you did this. Is that moment, whenever you know that you're the Smooth champions, is that a fun moment, or is it a moment where you're saying, I've played 1,000 shows and these people haven't been there for that? Is there any kind of a weird pulling at the seams?
It wouldn't be inaccurate to say that it's the most successful thing I've ever done in my life. And I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it. I think it's good.
What got you here?
Look
That's
at
a big
me
deal.
now.
Look at you now. Travis, the Knuckles are opening. We're big fans of theirs.
I love the Knuckles.
Will they participate? Do they have to only sing Smooth? How does this work?
No. Right. It seems like because I'm torturing people with 20 Smooths, I should at least offer up something artistic
of worth.
And of worth.
I think it's awesome either way.
You get to see the Knuckles, and that way too, people can't be too mad at me when they're like, oh, this is so stupid, this is so dumb, what a waste of time, and it's like, but like you would have gone to just see the Knuckles.
That's
so
fair.
Like,
yeah.
Remove the Smooth.
I don't know.
But it's not stupid or dumb because you guys had a huge turnout. You guys have massive turnouts. You sell a ton of tickets. So what has been the feedback from the audience? Like, why is it resonating so strongly with so many people? Like, what is it? So it's just because the novelty of playing the song that many times, or are people huge Rob Thomas fans?
You asking me or?
Yeah,
don't know.
Why?
He's not a sociologist, Travis.
That's a good question. I've been asking it myself. I have no idea. I thought maybe 20 people would come and probably leave before the 10th. Which is why. So I tested that hypothesis. Turns out I was very wrong. People were way into it. And yeah, June 15th happens to be, it's the actual, to the day, 20th anniversary of the release of the album.
That's awesome.
So 20 times.
I have a question. How well do the transitions between the songs go?
Well, you know the
Got time for some banter in between?
Yeah, and you know how the beginning of the song is very much like a
I
punchline.
was looking for smooth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you ask me again? Would you mind? And
Matt, I'm going
do
to tell you, I
that.
thought you were going to bring it a little smoother today.
Well, the what did I say? The transition.
It would be, so Matt's in here giving us his all, and all we want him to do is say, do you want him to say smooth after 20 questions?
It seems like some
like maybe
softball
we're kind of backing you into a corner here when you're an interesting, nice person, and I
Don't expect the intern to ask the great questions.
Right.
So,
The
okay.
song's called Smooth, so
Yeah.
it does make sense that would be a thing I would say.
So,
Do you want to ask me about peanut butter or something? I'm ready.
oh, this is great.
sorry,
No,
I'm sorry.
transition between song. I think I saw a video of the last one where people were freaking out in between songs and really getting excited each time you played it.
Yeah, it was smooth.
There he is, Matt F.
We got it,
Boswell.
guys.
No, what I was gonna say before you guys told me I'm dumb.
I didn't say you were dumb.
Well, you're a mean
I'm
person.
sorry, before you revealed to me. You'd have to
Before we put the mirror up
Yeah,
to your
yeah,
face, yeah.
No, the song, like that intro, that bop bop bop, is like it's very funny. And the more it happens, it seems like the funnier it gets.
It is
maybe
pretty
not
funny.
20, but we'll see.
No, whatever you 20 times. So, does the sound guy
What's the
look at-
audience reaction? I'm curious. What is the audience like when you get to the 7th time? What is everyone singing along? Is everyone what is the audience usually doing when you're done the song about 6, 7 times?
Grooving, man.
Yeah, my experience with 7, they're going nuts. They're going smooth.
Oh, wow.
They're going smooth.
How does it not
Yeah,
get stuck in
good
your
answer.
head? Like for days after.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's
Does
never
it-
left
does
his
it-
head. What this is, he thinks if he does it again, he's going to exercise the demons,
Right.
and he's going to work
It's
his
like
way out of it.
it's like smoking a carton of cigarettes to never smoke again. You know.
That's the play. Oh, Gardner. Oh, here comes the tobacco union. Go ahead.
Now he brings up his camera.
I just don't know that feeling. So
Oh, I don't poison my body with that stuff. But I've seen it. King of the Hill. There was an episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
how I
feel
know.
like maybe The Simpsons also.
Probably The Simpsons.
Yeah, I
Maybe
would hope so.
Family Guy.
Probably.
American Dad.
Right.
The Critic.
Ren and Stimpy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cartoons.
Have you seen any? Has
SpongeBob.
Rob Thomas's representatives or anyone from Carlos Santana's estate contacted you at any
He's-
point throughout this?
No. And I've tried real
Okay.
hard. I keep tagging Tom Robbins. Keep tagging Rob. I feel like Carlos probably not really a big internet guy. He
Generally
doesn't
not.
strike me as someone that's like checking his
Also,
Twitter.
Travis, you said
we?
you
Yeah.
said Carlos Santana's estate.
yeah, we need to
I'm gonna
address
break
this.
this down real quick.
R.I.P.
He's alive.
To commemorate the memory of
Oh.
Carlos Santana, Matt Bosler will play Smooth 20 times.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm going to be honest. 2016 took a lot of the greats out, so I thought he was part of the,
You thought
the
he got
Thanos
swept
snap
up.
of 2016. Yeah,
Yeah.
my fault.
Oh no. So I feel like there were media outlets that picked this up last time. It could propel you to sit in front of them at one point. I feel like there's a Rob Thomas, Matt Bosler sit down in the near future because of this feat.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'd hang with Rob. He seems like a sweet guy.
Yeah, I agree. Travis, you're in New York. You can make that happen, right?
Rob doesn't live in New York. He couldn't handle it
Oh. Okay.
because he wasn't smooth enough.
No.
All right, damn it.
That wasn't
That's
a good
enough.
joke.
Can I do that? I want to do one of those.
Go ahead.
Smooth. Well, wait. That,
So I'm trying to think the best we just had Bill Bellamy in here last week. Wouldn't Bill Bellamy facilitating, like if we could just make Carson Daly, would he be the perfect facilitator in an interview between you and Rob Thomas?
okay.
Okay, I just want to make
Sure,
sure. I want to make sure that we
Yeah.
have this done properly, and if we're going to help you out with this,
Why don't you do
we're
it?
going to do it right.
Oh, yeah.
You think I could?
No, but I want to know why you didn't put yourself up first.
I wasn't ever a '90s VJ.
That was cool.
Oh,
That was
okay.
very humble.
Yeah. Well,
Can we,
I'm at that level. Yeah. I mean, don't make any mistake.
Well,
with
now that we're here and we do have Matt in studio, can we take the time to perhaps sing some of the lyrics to Smooth?
I mean, we can. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest.
Can
I
we
don't
all
think I
sing it
know
as a
what
group?
Smooth is.
Oh, you know.
Oh,
You might
okay.
think you
You
don't know,
know,
but you know.
I have to pull up the
We're all
lyrics.
born.
Okay.
with Smooth
So
inside.
everybody pull up their lyrics. Everyone pull up their
Okay.
lyric sheet.
Matt, do you need
And
to
I
read?
think we should take the time and sing it
Probably.
along with Matt.
So you want to sing, Ellen? Go ahead. Start us off, Trav.
Well, let's go with I'll do like the Modest Mouth thing and I'll strum up the band.
I don't think that's how it goes.
Oh, I do know this song.
Well,
That's what
actually,
he's going for though.
Yeah.
Actually-
he's
That's
in
a
the ballpark.
Valiant attempt.
Travis had a good question earlier that he wanted to bring up, and you just made me think of it because you were kind of doing your own interpretation there, Travis. But you were wondering about Matt in terms of, is it the same style every time, or are you doing different styles at all? Okay.
Same way.
Okay.
Exactly the same.
So it's like,
Which is part of the sexiness.
no,
of it.
I mean, it's exactly, I understand the idea because it's like, hey, I'm going to put $10 in the jukebox, play the same song over and over, and get out of here before everyone realizes it's me kind of idea.
Except I'm gonna
Except
stand
you're
on the
there.
stage
He's putting himself
Yes.
on a
and
stage.
just be the guy.
Professional
it's-
sound.
It's not quite the same, but
Right. Man, it's a hot one.
Like 7 inches from the midday sun. Go ahead, Trav.
Well, I hear you whispering in the words to melt everyone.
But you stay so
But you
cool.
stay so cool.
This is where I don't know if I'm qualified. My Muñequita?
Rob seems to say Moniquita.
Muñequita.
Moniquita?
My Spanish Harlem, Mona Lisa. You're my reason for
Ooh.
reason. The step in my groove. Travis, go ahead.
And if you said this life ain't good enough, I would give my world to lift you up. I could change my life to better suit your mood.
Matt?
Because you're so
Give him
smooth.
his moment.
I was ready.
keep going,
Go ahead,
Chat.
Tommy.
Get, no,
Oh,
my
wait,
favorite
wait, don't help me.
Okay.
It's just like the ocean under the moon.
Oh my god.
And it's the same as the emotion that I get from you. You've got the kind of loving that can be so smooth. Cool.
Smooth.
Good.
Smooth.
It is smooth. Here's the thing.
Mhm.
I don't know if I know all the words.
You don't know.
Well, and it's harder when you're not singing it.
I saw that verse when I pulled up the song, and this is the '90s song everybody in high school would make fun of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
And it's just like the ocean
Yeah.
under the moon.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me your heart.
There you
Make
go,
it real or
Tommy.
else forget about it.
hey, don't say that to Tommy.
What?
Give me your heart.
Oh, that was a cheap shot.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
No,
point.
wasn't
That
it just the
is.
lyrics? Oh, it's the same emotion.
Well, we're on the
I
last
get
paragraph,
from
so you don't reverse
Okay.
back.
Right.
But I'll tell you one thing. If you would leave it, it would be a crying shame. In every breath and every word, I hear your name calling me out. Out from the barrio. From the barrio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
there's
like
a lot more to this.
gentrification, if I've ever.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear
Hey,
Keith
oh, what?
Morrison read these lyrics.
Yeah.
Now
What
we
you
do have T-shirts with the lyrics printed.
Which you can get with a ticket purchase. Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If you pre-order a ticket, you'll get the T-shirt with the lyrics right
Off
on
Broadway's
That's awesome.
website.
That is so
That's
dope.
cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you,
I thought about printing them upside down so you could really read along
So can act as an aid.
while you.
On song number 19.
I'm picturing Keith Morrison's voice when I'm reading these lyrics now. I'm hearing it just
Yeah, I
like
am
at,
too.
at one point. But I'll tell you one thing. If you would leave, it would be a crying shame. And so now I hear like Dateline narration as we're reading the lyrics.
Yeah, it's a beautiful poem
Mhm.
set to music. So, did you guys read the oral history of Smooth?
Mm-mm.
The Rolling Stone. It's funny too because there's like a satirical one from like a year or two ago, but then they did a real one that's
Oh, wow.
equally as funny and insane. So the Santana is like, I mean, paraphrasing, but he's like, I heard the lyrics, man, it's a hot one, and they stood outside of time
Oh,
and
no.
gravity. And I don't Hey, look, stood outside of time. I don't know if I agree, but I get it. I understand
Right.
what you're saying. It's a timeless lyric. I guess that's true. 20 years, here we are.
You,
Gravity, I don't know what he means.
It sounds like he's a flat earther.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
was
it
gonna
sounds
say,
like.
that could
Carlos
be it.
Santana might be a flat earther.
Travis, your thoughts?
I wouldn't be surprised if he
You were surprised he was alive.
If we're being perfectly honest. I still need to confirm that. Are we sure?
I always say you live long enough to become a flat earther, right? That's the old
And
saying.
he didn't.
He did not. Matt also does a podcast if we want to support other endeavors that you do. You play
Yeah.
music all over the place. What's the podcast called? It's a
Matt
crazy
F.
name.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
See, am I doing it again? Am
No,
I ruining everything?
You didn't ruin anything.
It's called Matt F. Bosler's podcast. I thought you might have trouble remembering it because I feel like a forgettable person.
Not at
I
all.
thought maybe I was helping you. You're going like, oh, I know it's his name, but what's this dude's name? So I thought I'd jump in.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Get tickets online, off-BroadwaySTL.com. We just shared a bunch of stuff. You guys can find the event page on Facebook. It is going to be a very fun time. The last time they did it Off-Broadway, and Travis, this was right before we did Target Practice at Off-Broadway as well. Anytime you go to a show there, it's always fun. Say hi to our buddy John if you pop in there, because I know he loves them smooth. You can see the knuckles. Matt, what else do we need to know about hearing 20 times of smooth?
Let's see. The juices there making spiked smoothies.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah. Very nice.
You can get a caricature done. Now listen.
See, now
is
this
important.
is what I need to know.
It's $20 for a picture of you and either Rob or Santana. If you want a caricature by yourself, it's $40. And John Parker.
Perfect time for Travis.
He's eating an egg for
Wait.
every smooth.
No. Oh, no. I need to hear this again. What?
So John Parker.
Who's John Parker?
He's a
Why
guy.
does he eat eggs?
I don't know. And I think that's why I like it. Because I don't get it. It seems completely unrelated.
Is he your friend?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You do know him.
I do know him.
Okay.
And
How are
he
the
said,
eggs
hey,
prepared?
what do you think if I ate an egg for every smoothie you guys did? It's
Jesus.
fine to me.
Are you gonna have him on stage?
I imagine so.
Get a bucket, man.
Oh,
That
for
could-
100, yeah.
That's
I don't
what-
know if you can do it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's got to be one of those things like the stick of butter challenge
Right.
or the
I think
eat
I could
cinnamon.
I think I could do 20 deviled eggs if they're the right kind. I really.
I think I
That's
did it
40
Easter
deviled
this year.
eggs, though.
Is it 40 or is
It's
it
40 because
10?
They're sliced in half.
they're
'Cause if
sliced
you
in
eat-
half.
Is it 10 eggs? So I get where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
You want to eat 20 whole
Okay.
eggs, it's going to be 40 deviled eggs.
Why do you have to? I can't do that probably.
Wait, what is a deviled egg? I mean, is a deviled egg the half?
A deviled
or
egg
is
is
a
a
deviled
half.
egg is two?
A deviled egg
okay.
is half.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Deviled
All right.
egg
Maybe I can't
technicalities.
then. Maybe
I
I
don't
can't.
think so. Do you feel like John's going to do it?
I feel like he's gonna try, and I feel like the end result is gonna be funny.
What?
Do we know how they're prepared?
I think just hard boiled.
Okay, that's probably the best way to do it.
There's some weightlifter that's like, I do that every 3
Right.
days. Right.
Yeah. I don't
So-
think he's a weightlifter.
Right.
So
Bring a lot
okay.
of salt.
So for John, if you had to bet, when does he tap out? What's smooth?
First of all, I do believe in him enough that his body is gonna tap out, not
Okay.
his spirit.
His spirit, his will.
Man, I'm gonna say 14.
Okay, that's a lot. 14
Yeah.
deviled
Oh,
eggs.
yeah.
Deviled hard-boiled eggs. Travis, what would you tap out at?
I don't like hard-boiled eggs, so I wouldn't even eat one. So this person is clearly troubled.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh my gosh. Again, for entry to the show, how much per smooth
50
is a
cents.
ticket? 50 cents
50
per
cents
smooth.
is smooth. Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Yeah. That's less than a jukebox.
Thank
If you go to like a, what are them?
Southtown Pub.
You're paying probably dang $1 smooth or something.
Yeah.
75 cents.
That's a good value on the smooth. All right, Matt F. Bosler, download the podcast. Go see him this weekend. We've shared the event. You all need to go get your smooth on. Matt, you're a sweetheart for coming by. We're excited and keep doing this. Maybe
Okay.
maybe 25 years. We do 25 smooths.
Okay. Sounds smooth.
It does. There it is, everybody. Give it up for Matt Bosler. We're going to take a quick break, let Matt get out of here, and thank you again so much. I hope this is jam-packed and it's much fun as last time. Get yourself down to Off-Broadway this Saturday, everybody. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
We are live, live, live. We are live, live, live. We are live, live, live. We are live.
Welcome back to We Are Live. Chris Denman and intern Tommy in St. Louis, along with Chris Gardner. And in New York, it's Travis Terrell. Big thanks to Matt F. Bosler. What a great dude, and what a ridiculous, crazy thing that he's done and has pulled off. I mean, super nice guy, talented guy, and he does something crazy like this. I don't know. I'm into it. I think it's fun. I think it's great the Knuckles are involved as well. A caricature, Travis. We need to. I want to just take a picture of Travis and get the Six Flags style caricature with Rob Thomas and Carlos Santana.
I think Travis just needs the Carlos Santana one by there, and then like an R.I.P. under the Carlos Santana.
Get it on a T-shirt. Throw it up. Perfect.
Travis is sitting there pouring one out. Carlos Santana next to him with the R.I.P. underneath.
I would love it too if Carlos Santana was like, "What the? I'm alive. What are you doing?" Guys, got to tell you about our friends at Getaway Carts. GetawayCarts.com is the website. You can customize without limits. If you're in St. Louis, maybe you live on the Hill, maybe you live in Soulard, whatever neighborhood you want to scoot around in style, you can customize your golf carts at Getaway Carts. It's getawaycarts.com for the website. Be sure to let Joe and the team know that We Are Live sent you. Travis is in New York. He's got a Traview we need to get to about an iconic area in the New York general area. Sir, what do you have for us today?
It's time for the Traview.
It sucks.
There it is. There's the open.
He told you. That's what he says.
Okay.
I took the time this past weekend to visit the lovely Brooklyn Bridge Park.
Oh.
Do you have any photos of that?
I do, actually.
As we demonstrate on a daily basis, seamless transitions and media.
How beautiful that park is.
It is. It's very beautiful, and it's overlooking, the apex city in the world. What do you got for us, Trav?
How about this one?
This past Sunday, I checked out the beautiful Brooklyn Bridge Park, and as you can see, it is absolutely majestic. The Brooklyn Bridge is truly one of the most beautiful gems of New York City. It's been in films, television shows. You've seen it hundreds of times everywhere, and seeing it up close, it is truly majestic. It is just a massive bridge. You could walk across it, drive across it, bike across it. It's just a really amazing, iconic, I guess, monument to the area of Brooklyn, to the city of New York. And there's a large 85-acre park that is along the river next to the bridge, and across the way, of course, is the borough of Manhattan. And so you get to see the entire skyline of New York City, and it's just absolutely, really, really nice. The park was, you see everything as far as all of New York comes out for when the weather is as nice as it has been here over the last few days. Nice 75, 77 degrees, cool breeze right off the waterfront. And as I mentioned last hour, there are people in jet skis, people taking the ferry, people in sailboats, a lot of party boats as well. A lot of people they drank on the party boats as well as they were going up and down the river. The park is situated, you have an angle where you're not only able to see Freedom Tower from Manhattan, but you also have a perfect view of the Statue of Liberty, which is just right across the river in New Jersey. So you see all the iconic landmarks of the city of New York from this particular park, and it really, seeing it up close, kind of takes your breath away. The people, as I mentioned, they're very what's the word? So you know how like people are very comfortable with themselves at Forest Park, with what they wear. People in New York are very comfortable with what they're not wearing when they're at these parks.
La, la,
So
la,
there
la,
were a
la.
lot of,
Whoa.
there was a lot of skin, there was a lot of
That's
skin, a lot of,
Do you like
lot
to
of
explain that
dangling.
news?
Yeah.
It achieved the result I was
He
looking
made a
for.
sound, Travis.
That
I'm
was-
sorry. He made a sound that was just
La, 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 la,
disgusting.
la, la, la.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean, Chris? That is
I mean,
so.
you
What are you
said- you
describing
said-
when you make that
I'm just-
noise?
Again, I'm mortified by everything you and the intern say on a daily basis. I just wanted to get my
I'm not
piece of the
that
pie.
bad.
I just wanted to get my piece of the pie. You're
We're not.
horrific.
I'd rather be a puppet maker than do that. Ooh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's
Come
kind of
on.
gross,
Hey,
man.
Oh,
Hey,
hey,
Yee.
Hey,
what-
what-
who should be mad?
Hey, let's should we remind everybody what you said about Telanias yesterday? About what the
That was a
24-year-olds will
pretty
be doing?
No, we
Pretty
should.
gross.
Yeah, exactly.
Although the black sheep did say at 8:14, it's 8:14 and no finger.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, sorry, we'll get to that. Back to the Treview.
So yeah, there were people who were wearing less than I anticipated, who were getting their tan on. I think you can surmise
what do you
for
mean by
the group
less?
of people. Um, there was a gentleman in what can only be described as a thong.
Oh,
He was probably the same. If you meshed Gardner's frame with Denman's frame,
uh-huh.
Okay.
that's what this gentleman looked like. And then imagine that person being 20 years older than both of you and wearing a thong.
Okay.
So it was a lot of,
Was Sean?
was
So
a lot
Sean was
of-
there. My friend Sean was there.
you know what? That was the physique I was looking for.
Okay, yeah,
So
that
yeah, I
might
think if
be
you
it.
combine your physique with Chris's, you would get Sean's physique.
Yeah, and
And so that's what you kind of saw.
that age too, probably as well. I mean, he's in
Yes,
his,
yes. And he was very comfortable in himself because he was getting his tan on, wore his man boobs out, sure. Was it a lot of sweat and a lot of skin and some scabs? Sure, that too.
Ugh.
Was it
but-
was it more revealing than what you saw when you went to Rockaway Beach?
It was way more revealing.
Really?
Like it took us, I was with some friends and it took us about at least 2 to 3 minutes to determine whether or not it was a woman or a man. And then once because there was topless, the person was topless and it's New York. So, I mean, I don't know how they roll. And so once we discovered it was a man, we were just happy because that would have been very disappointing if that was a woman
And now
on several levels.
you know I have a couple of questions here. Number one, you mentioned a ferry. Have you been on any of the ferries yet?
I have been on none of the ferries.
Okay.
I am deathly afraid of the water, and I'm not there yet mentally when it comes to New York.
Okay.
I don't want to get on a boat just yet.
We need to figure out.
I saw
how to get
Die
you
Hard.
there.
I saw Die Hard 3, and so I'm very weird about it.
Saw the last Spider-Man movie.
I do love tapping into things that Travis considers his own reality because
So-
it's so fun.
So
It's so fun to see things through Travis's eyes.
So all because of Jeremy Irons, who plays Simon Gruber, Hans Gruber's brother.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
having issues getting on a
Simon.
ferry
Oh no.
in New York. Okay, I'm trying to follow. Look, I'm a weird fella. I understand
all
how
are.
weird thoughts can lead to other weird thoughts that are like basically non sequiturs and shouldn't make sense elsewhere in your life. But I'm following along with you, Travis. Here, I'm following along. Okay, and I'm
The cool
here to
thing about
support
the cool thing about the park is that there's everything. So there are basketball courts. So I had to get on there and show them a little bit.
What'd you do?
How we do it in the Lou.
Were you playing
I
Jewish
took a-
people?
No, these were brothers. These were some bros. And I got a few shots up. I knocked, all of them down. And I was like, nah, fellas, I'm good. I'm out here with my friends. But, if you ever want to come at your boy, come through the Lou. And they was like, oh, Louisville, Kentucky. I was like, no, it's St. Louis. It was like, oh, the South. And I was like, and that was a whole conversation.
Yeah.
Kind
But
of.
then they have skating rinks, they have soccer parks, they have barbecue pits. And guess what,
Ooh.
Gardner? It wasn't my people on the pits.
So there's diversity there in terms of grilling. There's cookout
Oh, yeah.
diversity.
Oh yeah.
That is. Now I just want to come visit you and go to the park with you. You know I love parks. I could get lost in a
Yeah.
park all day long. What are
And
the
the park
ben-
benches, Gardner.
That's what I was going to ask.
The
That was my big
benches.
question. What are they like?
The support on your back, the lumbar support, amazing.
You know what
And
I
then there's
love?
room for your legs. There's plenty of room for your legs so you can stretch out and just let the sun hit your skin. You can be drinking your little margaritas.
Ugh.
It is
coffee.
quite delightful.
Yeah, coffee.
So, like, are they bench here? You know what I love about Forest Park benches? This is a small thing, but I like seeing like the little plaques on them that like they're dedicated. So you know that others in the community are involved in contributing to keeping the park
Do you want a
what
plaque?
it is. I would love to have a plaque. Actually, that's probably if we could if we could get a Viking funeral for me on the River de Pear and somehow get some of those ashes and then spread them near a park bench in Forest Park, or have my own park bench built, that'd be my
Here's my
legacy that
thing.
I'd like.
Who's going to stop us if we create a small plaque and put it on one of the benches in Forest Park? Like, no one's going to know.
Parks
Like, it
Department?
isn't like if someone, no, they're not. They're not going to, do they check? You think they honestly go to every park bench and check the plaques every
Yeah,
day in
that's
Forest
somebody's
Park?
job. That's how government
No,
works,
it's
pal.
not.
It's like
That's
parking
efficiency.
and it's
That's
like
Yeah,
efficiency.
that's probably true.
Actually,
That's probably
Travis,
true.
it's like parking enforcement.
you know what?
Yeah.
You
What
think
if-
somebody checked
Park
the
bench.
plaques?
What
We should
if
do
it's
it. Just
plaque
do it,
enforcement?
Gardner.
What if
Can we get one for Carlos
we have
Santana?
to say?
Since he's dead?
What if we got one, and I'm trying to figure out a way to do it in a clandestine way with wording and such, but put it on the manhole cover for the entrance of the River de Pear underneath Forest Park. Maybe that's what I should do with that. But I'm happy to hear about these benches. Are they wooden? Are they
This is really the show.
are they more of a plastic material? What are the benches like there?
Well, they are wooden, and they do a very good job in upkeep. So there aren't splinters, there isn't
Uh-huh.
chip paint. They truly put a lot of energy and I'd imagine a lot of money into upkeep into their parks here in New York.
Now I'm curious
And
too.
there's food trucks everywhere. It truly is an experience because it's something for everyone. It's something for the millennials. There's something for the families. There's something for older folks. There's something for everyone at this park. And again, the views itself, I think, is what it's worth. It's an easy trip to get there. It's just a nice subway ride on one train from Brooklyn to basically towards the riverfront. And it is, I truly think if you ever visit New York, it's one of the parks you absolutely should have to visit. It's great times for photos. It's just, you see New York the way it's supposed to be seen.
Now, what was the weather like? Because I like to put myself in these situations, especially with a park bench.
Like role playing.
Oh, it's just like I like to know because like you want to just take things in. That's what park benches are for.
So it
to
is
me.
role playing.
Oh, you just kind of. What was the weather like? How was the view from the bench?
What was the air quality that day? Was it an orange or a yellow? Or?
I think it was a green day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for you.
But there was
Maybe.
there was old men playing checkers in the park. I always thought that was just
Dumbass.
kind of a
Can't-
stereotype about
Can't
New
figure
York.
out chess.
But they
That's what you should say.
Yeah.
Look down on them. Oh yeah, can't do chess, huh, dorks?
Here's where I would get condescending towards you, Travis. Oh, your old men play checkers in the park? We got the Chess Hall of Fame here,
Yeah,
MFer.
that's right.
We be playing chess in the park.
That's
I
big.
feel like I'm listening to HGTV radio.
Boy, this is Sorry, go ahead. Back to checkers.
No, and I think my overall experience was very enjoyable. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
The people were very lovely. I am giving Brooklyn Bridge Park 5 booties.
5 booties.
Respect that ass.
3.5
That's why I
booties or
respect
more
that
on
ass.
a 1 to 5 booty rating scale, and you give it 5 booties, Travis.
Respect that ass.
New York's
I'm
been
going to
pretty
send you
good.
guys a panorama shot that I took of the New York skyline and the Brooklyn Bridge. It's one of my best photos I've ever taken, and it truly captures the view of what you see from the park. So I'll put that perhaps up on the Friends of Wall page later today. But yeah, if you are ever in New York, you're here to visit, if you only have a few days to be here, find time to get over to Brooklyn Bridge Park. I know the big celebration when you come to New York is to try to head over to Central Park, and if you have time, certainly do that. But I think Brooklyn Bridge Park is incredibly underrated as far as tourist attraction.
Urban cities should celebrate their parks, especially if they have good ones.
Have you?
Key.
New York does. New York does put a lot of attention into their parks. I will say that the money again. I don't know how they spend their taxes. I would imagine there's something that I'm not familiar with when it comes to New York politics, but they seem to spend their money on things that people who live here truly want. So people truly want to spend time at the parks, especially when you live in an urban jungle. You want to try to see as much green as possible.
It's important.
And so it's very important to a lot of people here. Look, you can easily get burned out if you're just walking around steel structures and subways all damn day. And these folks truly put a lot of energy and effort into their parks, and it's gorgeous. People are on kayaks. They're again on the sea-doos. They're on the ferries. It's a grand old time this time of year here in New York, and the parks are the most popular places to be. In fact, there's a free concert tonight that I'm going to perhaps check out. And that's the other cool thing. Like a lot of these parks, not just Central Park, have free concerts and Shakespeare in the park. So your boy's going to go check out some of these.
Medea in the park?
I'm glad you brought that up, though. And I know we're coming up towards the end of the show, but they are doing Much Ado About Nothing as part of Shakespeare in the Park, but it's with an entirely all-black cast. And it's been basically, one of the toughest tickets to come by here in town. You have to basically go on a wait list. They're here on through August.
Really?
And a few of the cast members, you probably will recognize them in what's the popular prison show on Netflix? Orange is the New Black. Danielle Brooks, one of the lead actors on that show. She's one of the leads in Much Ado About Nothing. And from what it's been explained to me, it's like it is if Tyler Perry took on a spin on Shakespeare. It's been very popular here.
I'm going to ask you if my favorite black actor is in this production.
Oh, interesting.
Do you know if Dule Hill is participating in Much Ado About Nothing?
I don't believe he is.
Okay.
But I missed out apparently last week. A young lady by the name of Michelle Obama was in attendance.
Really?
So, yes, indeed.
How would you have
And yesterday
reacted?
was a really,
You would have fainted.
don't get me started. I would have fainted, and that would probably be in Guantanamo Bay right now because I would have ran
Would
on
you
that
have-
stage and gave Mama a kiss on her face.
If Barack would have been with her, would you have told him you respect his marriage, but you also respect that ass?
That's
It's very likely I would have said that.
saying, so.
Yeah.
I would have probably said that. I was like, Mr. President, I respect you, your time, and your service to this country, and your marriage. But Michelle's ass, let me be clear, is amazing.
I knew you were going to say, "Let me be clear." I knew it.
Thank you.
I was wondering where you were going to put it. I was actually waiting here with anticipation, wondering. So thanks
Thank
for
you.
getting that in.
Chris, can you fix the curtain behind you? It's bothering me.
Have you been to Central Park yet?
I have. I actually went on, I believe, like my second day here.
Which one do you
And
prefer?
it is. Here's the thing: Central Park it's pretty cool, urban park in the middle, of course, of Manhattan. It was nice, and it's very famous. But I think the biggest bang for your buck is Brooklyn Bridge Park. And so here's the thing: and we kind of talked about this garden before I came to New York. While Central Park is nice, I'm not gonna shade it. It has nothing on Forest Park. It has nothing on Forest Park. It just can't. Like it's not even close. I mean, I used to think, not being able to visit here, I didn't know this, but I used to think that, man, I don't know, man. It's Central Park. It's one of the most popular parks in the world. I don't know if Forest Park can compete. But once you experience Central Park and after experiencing Forest Park, it's not even close. Forest Park is like the Golden State Warriors, and Central Park is like the Knicks. I mean, you're the Knicks. That's cool, but you're not touching the gym that is Forest
Yeah,
Park.
and it's like I've had people that's an important part of the city. To me, one of the most important parts, especially in city living, and to have and people that don't venture out of this area too often, I don't think realize just how important and valuable, and just how lucky they are to have something like that in the area. Like even friend of the show, friend of mine, Greg Amsinger, he and I have talked about Forest Park before and just some of the amenities there. And one of the things he says, even when he travels around and he tells people about Forest Park and the zoo, and then he tells them, "Oh yeah, and it's free."
That's always nice.
He's there. He's like, wait, like the people in Boston or New York, wherever he might be, are like, your zoo's what? They're like, yeah, it's free. He's like, what do you mean free? He's like, no, yeah, you don't have to pay for parking.
No catch.
Yeah, you don't have to pay $20 to get in or anything more than that. It's free, and we're very lucky to have that set up the way it is, and I want people to take advantage of those when they have that. That's what I want to be clear about, especially with city living, because I'm all about that, but I'm also all about having the green spaces available as well.
Green space is important in urban sprawl, absolutely. And so I would certainly, like I said, if you come to, I mean, you're going to make the trip to Central Park anyway, because you have to. It's kind of one of those things on your to-do list when you come to visit New York. But if you're going to really do the park experience, if you really want to take your friends, you want to have a picnic or maybe do some cooking and just relax and enjoy the sights and sounds, I think you'll get the most out of Brooklyn Bridge Park. And the only thing I will say about Central Park, because it is in the heart of Manhattan, it kind of gets a little bit crowded. And that's not what a park should be. Park should be big enough to where even a lot of people can walk around.
You want
At the time,
activity.
Yes.
But you don't want to feel claustrophobic in any way. I mean,
There's a lot going on in Central Park. Like there's multiple baseball practices, and it's like I said, it's cool to see, but it's like you can tell like the people who use Central Park are the people who literally live in the high rises right next to it, so it can get kind of touristy and very crowded from time to time.
Right.
There it is. The Traview and some in-depth analysis of the New York area from the very eloquent Mr. Terrell. We're going to push fair or foul to tomorrow. We got to cut things a little short, but we do have a very important. Travis, you know what? It's building anticipation is what it's doing. Don't you worry. We'll come back strong tomorrow. We do have a melee that was very important, near and dear to my heart. Travis, I believe I said it to Tommy. I was like, hey, Bieber, why don't you challenge Logan Paul if you want a challenge? I believe Logan Paul did a retweet and said, I'm game, bucko. Let's set it up. So I just wanted to say that I was putting it out there. And by the way, as ridiculous and as coke-fueled as that tweet seems, that's all we've all talked about it the last few days. It's pretty wild because it is insanity, and it's a very rude thing of him to put out there, but I don't know.
How many followers does Bieber have? Doesn't he have like 25 million followers? So that probably makes sense.
Insane.
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why a lot of people are talking about, because I saw it trending here in New York, and I think it's because Justin Bieber literally has like 30 million followers on Twitter. I think he's like
he has
second only to, like,
106
Rihanna.
million followers.
Oh
my God.
105.7
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, so that explains why it's trending.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense now. I was wondering why it was gathering so much news, but 106, I wasn't even close. God, that's insane. What is Kim Kardashian then? I'm curious now to know who has the most followers on Twitter.
I thought it was Selena Gomez for a long time. Or no, Selena Gomez was Instagram.
Okay. Do you want the
I
melee
thought at
results
one
real
point-
quick?
Yeah, go
And
ahead.
then we'll figure that out, the Kim Kardashian one. Who would win a fight between Justin Bieber and Tom Cruise? 73 to 27%. Scientology beats Christianity. Tom Cruise, 73%. Justin Bieber, 27% in our melee for today.
A bunch of Top Gun
According-
fans out there.
Got the top 3
According to
Twitter followers.
You got
Yeah.
Katy Perry, Barack Obama, Justin Bieber.
And then Rihanna, and then Taylor Swift.
Katy Perry is at 107 million followers.
Oh, man. That's
Barack and
insane.
Bieber at 106. That is intense.
That is. Follow Travis on Twitter. Where should they follow you, Trav?
They can follow me at
Guys, that'll
on
do it for the
Twitter.
show today. We're going to bring Fair or Foul back tomorrow. We'll give away a great prize. Big thanks to everybody from Circus Flora, our friend Matt F. Bosler, the smoothest appearance we've had in a long time. For Travis in New York, everybody here in St. Louis, we're back tomorrow live at 8 a.m. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
Peace.